Hello, beautiful people and fellow whiners, and welcome to another episode of A Little Something to Whine About with your host, Chevaun Camille.
And Ty Michelle.
Where we whine, W-I-N-E, about life, love, relationships, and more, because sometimes you just have to whine a little. It is December 1st, guys. It's the start of December, the holiday season, and we're going to be talking about them holiday movies. So grab a glass of your favorite red, white, or rosé and join us on the couch.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Oh boy.
That was definitely not for the culture song, but it is definitely a song that I like to hear during Christmas. As my husband says, my Caucasian side shows, because I know a lot more Caucasian Christmas songs than for the culture Christmas songs, but I don't care.
I know I definitely do.
Hi, beautiful people. I hope you guys have had a glorious week as we round out the end of 2021. Woo! And head into another year of a new year of 2022. But before we even get to New Year's and all of that good stuff, we gotta get through Christmas. You know, Christmas, it was made for the children. And that's Destiny's Doom, as my sisters like to call, but I call that's Destiny's Child. That was my group. That's when I actually did kind of like Beyonce a little bit. Yeah. But my digression is real during this holiday episode, okay? So Chevaun, tell us what you whining on this here December 1st.
I'm going to go into this with a white, guys, because snow, you know what I mean?
I'm dreaming of
Wine.
Christmas. It's white Christmas. You said snow.
I know that, but I would say I'm dreaming of a white wine because I definitely ain't dreaming of a white Christmas. For y'all who didn't know, Christmas is Michelle's favorite holiday, that and Valentine's Day. So it's going to be a real extra December.
Well, technically, it's not really Christmas. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. As for those who don't know, it's the birthday for me, okay? Because it's the day that God said, here, bless you. Here she go. Yes, Ty Michelle. I's here. Mama, welcome world. It's me. And
wasn't nothing conceited about that, though, huh? Wasn't nothing conceited about that, guys.
Not at all. It's confidence. Look ahead.
So I've got this white wine, and it is a 2015 Gewürztraminer. I am back to the Gewürztraminer. I guess it's a German moment for me because I had a German one last time, a German Riesling, which I learned. I said all types of wrong. It's not Spot Lease. I can't even remember. I looked it up. I did. I looked it up on YouTube and this woman pronounced it. I'm not going to butcher it. I'm going to just once again say, I am here for Romance languages. The only Germanic language that I'm semi-okay with is English because I don't have any other choice. But I'm not going to butcher it, but I acknowledge that I said it wrong. But it's a real German holiday season for me thus far because this is a 2015 Gewürztraminer by Brandborg out of Elkton, Oregon in the US of A. Everything on the back is about the source of the grapes for this wine and the winery and vineyard itself. So we probably not going to read that. I will say that in sniffing this and smelling this and getting the aromas, it smells kind of nutty and like earthy. So I mean, like it makes me think of a certain type of cheese, but I can't think of what.
Okay, I'm about to say a chestnut, roasting on an open fire.
God, it makes me think of like a nutty cheese, but I can't think of the name of the cheese. But that's what it makes me think of. The aroma.
Cross nipping at your nose.
It's gonna be that month, guys. Pray for me, y'all. Pray. Please keep me in your prayer. This is a season of prayer, so please keep me in yours. Thank you.
Yes,
Michelle, what are you whining?
I'm whining on a cocktail, and yes, he is the reason for the season. I know my birthday's in December, and that's another reason why I'm excited, because I was born in the same month that we celebrate Jesus' birthday. Yes, I know he was already born in December, but hey, leave me alone. I'm gonna take it. Okay. I have a wine cocktail, and it's my own concoction because it's Christmas. And I said, Christmas means creative. Okay. Don't at me. I said what I said, and I meant it. So in my creative spirit, I grabbed my favorite wine, which I tend to have in my refrigerator a lot, the Relax Riesling, but I mixed it with a Brut champagne. And I did 4 ounces of the champagne, 4 ounces of the Relax, 2 ounces of crab apple, the ocean spray, and literally a pinch, just like that, a pinch of grapefruit juice. I am not a grapefruit person, but it was in my refrigerator, and my creative juices was going, try it. So that's what I'm going to be sipping on today while we talk about our favorite Christmas movies. But before we get into that, I have a wonderful holiday wine fact. Well, a wine fact for you really doesn't have too much to do about the holidays, but that's what I'm gonna call it. Chevaun mentioned the grapes and the fruit in reference to her wine, and it kind of ties in with the fun fact today. So what a lot of people don't know is that a table grape and a wine grape are 2 different grapes. Table grapes are those that you eat raw, and they are distinctive. They distinctively taste different. The skin is thin. Over the years, they've been breeded to be seedless, so it's a whole process. Whereas to the wine for grapes, they are a lot smaller, and they have thicker skins. So and a whole bunch of seeds, like it's a bunch of them.
I didn't know that.
So that's another thing that impacts the word is escaping me.
The flavors
and the
fermentation.
Yes, girl. I don't know why my brain was going glitch. Fermentation process are the skins and the seeds, because as we know with red wines, they leave all of that in there. They eventually do drain the seeds, but white wines, which is a lot of times the difference in the wine, is they take all of that out before that process. But that's a little bit of wine fun fact for you today. So Chevaun, what's your favorite Christmas movie? Because I'm excited.
Oh my goodness. So before I tell y'all my favorite Christmas movie, I'm going to come to y'all with the upcoming wine holidays. So mark your calendars, fellow winers, because Saturday, December 4th, my mommy's birthday. Woo, woo, woo,
Happy birthday, Ma!
Cabernet Franc Day. So grab your Cabernet Franc on Saturday. Mm-hmm. And then Sunday is Prohibition Repeal Day. So just grab a drink, daggone it.
Period.
Whether you getting tequila, rum, whiskey,
take a shot,
vodka, bourbon, wine, just drink.
Mix it up. Get some Chardonnay and pour a shot of tequila in there. Trust me, it's gonna get you right.
Whatever you happen to do to get you in that mood, those are your upcoming wine holidays.
Oh, yay. So Chevaun, That was your favorite Christmas movie. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
My favorite Christmas movie, guys, is actually also a Halloween movie. My favorite Christmas movie is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Forever and for always, will always be. Don't at me. Don't come at me about I'm a little kid. Forget you. Don't care. It's been my favorite movie. Every Christmas, I watch it. Every Halloween, I watch it. It's my favorite holiday movie.
So I am excited to know because, okay, so me and the husband had a whole discussion the other day when we were like just picking the topic that we were going to discuss today about one, because this is like my favorite time of the year, like the lights and the smells, everything. So one of my many, because I don't have like a top, like above all favorite Christmas movie, but I have a plethora. Like I could literally watch 2 Christmas movies a day minimum to get through my favorite, like to get through the season. Okay. And so for me, my favorite Christmas movie, and this is debatable, as I debated with my husband yesterday, is Harry Potter. Harry Potter is a Christmas movie. If you think about it, and The Prisoner of Azkaban, when Harry went to Ron's house, what time of year was it? It was Christmas. The Christmas tree was in the back, and they had the spell with the snow on the Christmas tree. That's one. 2, outside of the very first Harry Potter movie, remember, they were always talking about going home for the holidays. This, that, and the other. Harry didn't have a family. That was always a thing. Christmas movie. Thank you. When Harry put the invisible cloak on him and it was snow outside, that was Christmas time. Like, I don't think people really... Harry Potter is a Christmas movie.
I'm actually not going to debate you on that. And the biggest reason is because I'm thinking of that TikTok. That's all I got to say. And that was the first thing that came to mind. And quite frankly, the Harry Potter story itself is based a lot on Christianity and the story of Jesus anyway. So I'm really not going to debate that. I'm not. Like, if you really look at that movie and a lot of the stuff that goes on, it's very much based on the journey of Jesus. I mean, a lot of people rewrite the Jesus story in various
several
ways.
Different times. Mm-hmm.
Right. But the story of like the blessed young boy that's well known and then goes through all these hardships and dies and then comes back. Like, come on, guys, where are we seeing it? Where are we seeing it before? So I'm not gonna knock you on that. I'm really not.
And my second favorite Christmas movie is Beauty and the Beast. Don't at me on that either. Because the whole song, it was snow outside, like that's enough. The cover, you see the snowflakes. Some people think they're stars, they're not. So
Who thinks they're stars?
I have had this debate, and
it's clearly winter. I'm sorry, I have the movie
again.
So
Christmas movie. People don't understand, and I know you think, oh, because it has snow, that doesn't mean it's Christmas. No, it's Christmas. Period. Don't at me. I don't care.
Okay. My second favorite is going to be, because I am who I am, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The cartoon. Guys.
Jim Carrey version.
Don't you come at me about no Jim Carrey. Don't you come at me about no live action. Don't do it. The Grinch should be no longer than 30 minutes. Okay? It should be animated. It should have "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch." That's it. That version. Don't get me no rap in it. Don't get me no little kids singing. It should be that one white man voice that's deep. Okay, that's it. That is my second favorite. I will watch it all the time and whenever it comes on.
So I am in complete agreement with you. How the Grinch Stole Christmas is awesome. However, I love the original. However, the one that came out a couple of years ago, I love. I do. I love it for the fact that it kept the innocence of the essence of the original. It was a cartoon. It wasn't like the one where people like stop making the Grinch and people a thing. Like it's not. It's not. I don't care. Yes, the Jim Carrey version was hilarious. I give you that. I just don't like it. I don't.
I didn't like it when I watched it, and I was closer to a child's age when I watched it, and I wasn't moved.
Me too.
I haven't seen the animated remake, so I won't say much about it. But to me, this is where I'm gonna be. You know how your mom back in the day would tell you that like Puffy sucked because he stole all her music, and how the original was better, and how Juicy Fruit was better than Juicy, or then they would tell you that, you know, the stuff that Janet Jackson got inspired by, the original was better than Janet and you felt away. Right. Well, I'm your mama today because the original Grinch is better than any of your remakes. Okay. And I completely agree. Although truly a full wine for another time, but let us stop making live action versions of animated movies. Okay, Gabe? We don't need to keep doing that. We don't.
Not all of them. Like some of them, just leave them where they are. They are great.
Let them be.
Yes.
Let them.
Yes. But so my next favorite movie is Best Man Holidays.
The first,
and I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, that is
no Holidays.
That's the second one.
Okay. And I'm gonna tell you this. The first one, I was like, oh, cool, this is for the culture. We don't really have a whole lot of Black movies. I love the cast. This is that and the other. The plot, it's a thing. But their second one, it got all my feels. I cried. I laughed. I felt like I was a part of their clique. It was relatable. It was just, to me, summed up the holidays in itself and what coming together meant. And that is one of my favorite holiday movies. And I would love to have a holiday like that, but it's complicated.
I actually really like the Best Man Holiday. And I was like, you know what? This was done well considering it was like 15, 20 years between them. It was time. It was time. And I appreciated that they, acknowledged the time. Like they had kids, things had happened, they had moved on. All of this stuff. I appreciated that. I appreciated that they still kept the spirits of the original.
Yes.
Like they kept the cast the same, but they also kept the spirit the same. The writing was well done. I really appreciated that she died. Here's why I say that, guys. Because way too much in these movies, and definitely holiday movies, and especially with like the Hallmark and Lifetimes, we'll get there. We'll get there. But everything is so Disneyfied and Americanized where it's a happy ending no matter what. You start out, like some movies you will have where somebody starting cancer, they're going to die. You just like, yo, there's no living. And all of a sudden, it's a miracle. I don't have necessarily an issue with that if you do like, again, Hallmark Christmas miracles that they lived, because that's the cheesy, you expect that. But too much of movies are like, come on, man, really? Like, no. I appreciated that. And the other part of my appreciation of her death was his reaction. That thing there, his
cried when she died. But when he literally
broke down,
and the fact that, this is what I'm saying. When you're in a partnership, a marriage, she told him, she said, he hasn't accepted this. Like, you have to be there. She told her husband, you need him. No, I don't. Yes, you do. She knew she was leaving. Mm-hmm. She knew just that whole, like, that was beautifully written, beautifully executed. it was, like you said, just completely and utterly beautifully done, even in death, and to show the tribute in even in death, and then there was a birth. So it was still like in death, there can still be joy. There can still be happiness. There is a freeingness in death. There's a opportunity for growth and new, newness in losing someone, and just reiterating the true cherish what you have, 'tis the season, like realize and recognize what you have. The people who you had at the beginning of this year may not be here at the end. And if nothing else, this season for me is a, and I hope maybe for some, because of COVID, it has hit different for some people. Where some people have lost people, and it's not like people didn't before, but because of this mass pandemic and everything that's going on, for some people, it hits harder, it hits different. I think for the masses, it kind of, especially last year, it kind of made everybody do a selfless check, meaning let me step outside of myself.
Mm-hmm.
So even more so than what it normally did. And with this year, people actually now, not that they didn't last year, but people actually now saying, oh, I can now actually hold my family member close. I can actually, they made it through. We're still here. So they cherish it a little bit more. So with people reuniting this season, and at this time, I feel like maybe this holiday, it'll hit a little bit more feels and emotions this year, and you get to cherish that.
Okay, I love the Best Man holiday. And to that point, let me say this. I love the Best Man holiday, and I will probably put that as 3 for me as well. Mm-hmm. I hadn't really had a third, but I will give you that. And I will also say, and I might make somebody mad. That's fine. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to be y'all, keep y'all happy in the holidays, but I'm be real. I can't stand most holiday movies. And I'm not talking to Hallmark. Hallmark is something. Hallmark is its own monster. And I actually love the Hallmark holiday movies because they are so cheesy. God. But they also have really good settings and scenery. And I get into that.
But and also, I feel like with Hallmark, you know what you're getting.
You know what
you signed up for. So you know that you expect cheesy and they deliver it.
They do.
Honestly. Yep. So with that, I feel like if that's your lane and you living in your lane, I can respectfully.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have any issue with the Hallmark. I love Hallmark. But I bring that up because but your average Black Christmas movie, I can't stand it. I can't. I cannot. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why, ladies and gentlemen. It's the stereotypically annoying drama that I can't. Like with not Lifetime, with Hallmark movies, it's so cheesy. And the drama is usually one of 5 things. It's the high school sweetheart that she hasn't seen in so long, and now she's back home for the holidays, or he went home for the holidays and they ran into each other, and now either they're both single or one's engaged. Let me also aside, I always feel bad for the person that the fiance that gets left by the end of these movies. I feel bad for them. I feel so bad because nobody acknowledges them.
For the next Christmas so that they can find somebody.
Yo, they always do them dirty. That's number 1. Number 2 is
that could be a Halloween. Like
you have the workaholic who finds love at her new job or at his new job. 3, you have the Scrooge guy or girl who hates the holiday season, but love comes and conquers them. 4, you have the family hookup where the families, this was my and this was the family thing from the past, which is a little different than the high school sweetheart. It's the families are good and y'all were friends growing up, but you weren't high school sweethearts. Y'all were just friends because your families were close, and now y'all are adults and blah 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 blah. Or
blah blah blah
blah blah blah blah blah. Or the 5th one is, I'm trying to think. The 5th one is usually the one with kids.
Damsel in distress.
Or that. Damsel in distress and kids tend to be the 5 that's what they tend to do.
So in that case, outside of Best Man's Holiday, what another top ranking, I'm not gonna say your favorite, but top ranking Black Christmas movie for you? I can see her face.
Yo, I'm really searching, guys,
She's wondering.
because like I say, my issue with them is it's toxic drama. Like the drama in Hallmark, like we said, it's those 5 or 6 things, and they're innocent, they're fun, they're conservative, they're whatever. When I think of like Black Christmas movies and the drama, it's usually cheating is involved, some type of infidelity, somebody lied to somebody stole something from somebody. Like it's so negative that me personally, I can't get past that, because that to me doesn't work in the holidays. Oh, you know what? Pause. I'm gonna take Best Man Holiday off the table. Let me say this. I'm gonna move some things. I'm moving things. My favorite Black holiday movie will be Best Man Holiday. But for my third favorite holiday movie, I had to think. I had to go back.
Your third. What was the second?
The Grinch.
Oh, I thought you said Black Car. I was
no. I said I gotta switch things.
Oh, so, okay.
My top 3 are Nightmare Before Christmas, The Grinch, and A Flintstones Christmas Carol.
Oh my God. I can't stand that movie.
I love the way they did Scrooge. Okay. And I'm gonna be honest, I love that story. That story, A Christmas Carol, is one of 2 stories that nobody has ever messed up. The second being, except when they did Mowgli, but we're not going to count that. The second being the Jungle Book. I love the Jungle Book as a story. Like those stories are solid. So, so I have to move. I got to move the Best Man Holiday to my number one Black holiday movie. Number 2. I might be here all night, y'all, because I really don't. I don't watch them. I really don't watch them. I'm tempted to say, and I won't commit to it, but I will say I'm tempted to say, why did I get married to? Because I see the holiday in it. Like, I guess I'm trying to think of holiday movies because I really don't, for the reasons that I gave, that I can't do the negative stereotypes, I really don't watch Black holiday movies much. I don't. Like, I watched the one with that Chris Brown was in, wasn't a fan. I watched
This Christmas.
Yeah.
That's one of mine. So for me, it's This Christmas and Almost Christmas. Those 2, and yes, they do have the stereotypical, as you say, the cheating and outside of it. For me, it was This Is Life. First of all, let's talk about Almost Christmas. When my girl went and got the gun, and Carrie Hilson was like, "Who you calling to be?" And Monique read her. Monique as the auntie was perfect. Danny Glover as the father, it was just like, I'm too old for this shit. Like, to me, that was,
I've never seen it, so I've never seen it.
This Christmas with Chris Brown and them, I love that movie for the fact of it kind of set like a roadmap for things like Almost Christmas. You know how everything has like a spinoff and things like that. Yeah. So it kind of opened the door for that. I enjoyed the music. I enjoyed the having the siblings and, you know, the baby sibling and like that whole family aspect of it, because I come from a large family. So for me, it was like, granted, not all that stuff that happened in the movie happened in the family, but it was relatable. And The Last Holiday. Well, Last Holiday with Queen Latifah.
With Queen Latifah, that was a good one.
And LL Cool J. I love that movie. To me, that was Christmas. That was a Christmas movie that I could sit down with some hot chocolate and watch, and you know, get a couple laughs and really, you know, cool. But there are some Christmas movies that I can't stand.
Well, this Christmas, I think let me tell you about this Christmas. The only part I remember about that is when she beat up Laz Alonso in the shower.
Yes.
But I'm gonna tell you that the only reason I remember that is because at the time that movie came out, I had a huge crush on Laz Alonso. So that's the only part. That and the fact that Chris Brown was in there are the only things that are memorable to me about that movie. I don't remember anything else. Last Holiday, yes. I actually forgot about that movie. Yes. And I think the reason that I really liked Last Holiday was you know what? And again, when I said earlier about people you think they're going to die, they don't actually die. Misdiagnosis of stuff does happen. So I didn't have an issue with her living, and I was happy to see her together. So to me, out of the list given, I will give 5 stars to Best Man Holiday, and I will give 4.5 stars to Last
Holiday. Okay, so as far as for me, like there's so many other like Christmas movies that I freaking just love, but the Christmas movies that I hate. What is the movie? Dear Santa, not Dear Santa. The movie with the raunchy guy that was in Monsters Ball. I can't stand that.
I've never seen it. I knew I wasn't gonna like it. So
first of all, I knew I wasn't gonna like it either, but I seen it by mistake. Like that's how much. And when I say I can't stand, to me, that whole bad Santa, bad grandpa, that whole line, y'all could kept that. Y'all wasted money. Because that, to me, that's what's wrong with this world today. Like stuff. And when you make fun of people who have those type of attitudes and outlooks of life and make light of it, in this visual world, to them, especially the people, because they think everything they see on TV is what it is. They take it so literal. They will portray that versus thinking this is entertainment. This was just a story. So now you have all these people who don't really have people there to tell him, yeah, that's not real life. That's not how you treat people. That's not how you do. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Now you have them thinking this is funny, this is cute, and they raising their kids. So when their kids do it, it's funny and it's cute, and it's not. Like, that movie was disgusting. What is it? Elf? I can't stand that.
I've never seen Elf all the way through either.
That's with, what's his name? Will Ferrell?
I know who it's with. I've just never seen it all the way.
I am not a fan.
You know what movie I do like? It's not really a black movie, but Jingle All the Way.
Yes.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. That thing there over a toy. That thing. And the reason I bring it up is because I feel like, as you say about people not realizing that it's entertainment, I feel like part of the issue with Bad Santa, from what I heard of it in the trailers that I saw of it, was, and maybe they didn't try to justify it in the actual movie, but that was the vibe I got. Was like, this is so funny because we're being so extra disrespectful that it's funny. No, I didn't see Elf all the way either, but I didn't really have an issue with Elf from the parts of it that I saw. But again, I didn't see the whole thing, so I can't.
Which is annoying. It wasn't like it was bad. It was,
but that
like,
I can see.
It was literally, I'm not a Will Ferrell fan for real. Like, I've seen some of his movies and I'm happy to see them once. I'll laugh, but it's not something I'm about to be like, oh, I'm about to run this thing back. Nope.
But I say that because I think for me with Jingle All the Way, because people really do fight over toys during the holiday season.
Yes.
It was satirical because it was so far. Y'all went so far.
Like the parade,
the blown up, the bomb. Yes. Y'all went so far that it was just like, oh my goodness, y'all went to the extreme, like complete, like Santa Claus, like so movies like Santa Claus, Christmas with the Cranks, those type movies I love because a lot of times it's like, you know, we like Christmas with the Cranks was with Tim Allen. That was my bad planned the whole beach vacation. He was like, we skipping Christmas. Now you know darn well you can't skip Christmas because your daughter in college. She's like, I'm coming home. Now they scurrying around. Like that whole thing was good. But I guess hilarious. It's because to me, and I think to us, Christmas or the holiday season is supposed to be about family. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be about family. It's supposed to be about chilling, conservative stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you want to do, the black movies with people cheating and thieving and all that other stuff, but it gets to a happy ending, do you? I'm not going to get on that, but do you? But I think that's the thing. I think when you get movies like Bad Santa or even Elf and you try to adult this holiday time, this family season is where we have a problem with all the cursing and extras and all of that stuff, the drinking and alcohol. That's not cute. Like, and I'm all for, again, a comedy. I think my favorite Christmas comedies, and I usually only have two because I really don't, most of the stuff I watch is just, I keep Hallmark on run and then the few movies that I already stated. But Jingle All the Way, hilarious, but it's still a family movie because it's still around kids. My other favorite comedy from Hollywood holiday comedy is Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon, because it still had family. They went to their family's house. These two people were so adamant we're not getting married because they each went to the blended fit, to the mom's house and the dad's house, to the mom's house and the dad's house, and didn't want to get married, didn't want a baby. And at the end, it's kind of like, I mean, life happens and you get to understand why these people are the way they are, why they feel the way they feel about marriage, how their families are dysfunctional or not, because you still got love at the end of it.
Right. So as far as my child, and that's true. And I think, like you said, dealing with family, it a lot of Christmas movies bring you back to your childhood. So I was born in the 80s, the early mid 80s. And for me as a child, every Christmas, it was a few things that I look forward to watching with my parents. One was A Christmas Story. As long as that movie is, when that little boy got his tongue stuck to that pole, hilarious, because he knew darn well he wasn't supposed to do that. That was what. Even as a child, it was like, don't do it. When the baby boy, fell in the snow with the snowsuit and he was rolling, trying to get up, y'all, that hit home for me because, excuse me, my little sister Erica, the crazy one, she did that like in real life. What was it? The blizzard of '96. My mother, we had snowsuits. My sister fell and she couldn't get up. Hilarious. So it was an all pink, light pink snowsuit. She had on this white hat. I promise you, I still remember it like vividly. My mother's favorite movie was Scrooge. So, and the original Scrooge. So that was always a must. And then later on, my dad's favorite movie was A Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I watched that. But when Home Alone came out, I was like, yo, Eric, let somebody break in. We about to do this.
That is a quintessential 90s holiday movie.
Yes.
Like that. Yes. That movie defined an era for real.
It did. It truly did. And I don't know anyone, literally, I don't know anyone growing up that is like, I can't stay at home alone.
I mean, I'm not a fan of it now, but I think it's because they played it so much when I was growing up that I have it. Like, I was like, I could probably deal with it now. And honestly, I think as a kid, I actually liked Home Alone 2 better than the first one.
I loved Home Alone 2. I feel like I like Home Alone 2 because it was a little bit more appropriate to my age. So it was more, relatable for me in reference to that. So yeah. And the last one we used to watch, if like I told y'all in the other episode, my dad used to call me Heat Miser. And for those who don't know, Heat Miser is a character in a Christmas movie. And the Christmas movie was like these puppets. it's completely old. Like when I say completely old, it's completely old. And they look like these puppets, and like they just walk. And if children today look at that, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, this is stupid. I can't." But that was a must to watch that movie. And I appreciate it now. I think, like you said, Christmas movies was a time where, as a family, we got together, like, you know, get popcorn, order pizza. It was literally like a Friday night ritual in my house. I don't know about everybody else, or like a Saturday. You know, we're not going anywhere. It's cold outside. You know, turn on a Christmas movie. And I think that's where my mother found Hallmark. And to this day, if I go starting right after Halloween, November 1st, you go in my mother's house, my mother is watching Hallmark movies. From now until the end of January. That's the thing. Christmas doesn't end.
Christmas does not end on Hallmark.
Christmas keeps going.
Man, it does not.
It goes through New Year's. Mm-hmm. Even to the point where like they made movies about it. Like what was it? New Year's Eve. What is it? The Love Actually, like those type movies.
Love Actually is an awesome movie. Love Actually is hilarious. And you gotta watch the real Love Actually, the British version. Don't watch the American remake that they did. It's terrible.
I watched both, and I love them equally. I'm gonna be honest. I do. I love them equally. First of all, the way it comes on with this man.
Love him for that. I feel it in my finger. I feel it in my toe. Love is all around me. It's supposed to be Christmas. I was like, oh, what are we watching?
Guess it. His dad, he said, Christmas all around me. I was like, yeah. I was like, this is too cheesy.
Yo, it's great. You know what? And I think that's another reason that I like Four Christmases, because Four Christmases has that same type of
what is going on?
Start like, what just happened? It's great. I agree. I think the holidays to me, again, are just time for family. We didn't necessarily do the whole everybody sit around the TV and watch the movies, but it was like, if I was sitting in the living room watching TV, I didn't necessarily get kicked into my room and watch what I was watching in my room. And I know, like, one of my favorites is also, I just like the animated stuff, guys. If y'all haven't noticed something about me, I like animated stuff. And I think it's because a Christmas as an adult, you really just think back onto your childhood in a lot of ways, and what the feeling that you got for Christmas. And I think that's, if you love it or hate it, is based a lot around that. And my favorite Christmas movies are all the ones that came on TV at that time. I remember they did a Dr. Seuss marathon on Cartoon Network one year. And for Christmas, they started with the Grinch. They did Horton Hears a Who. They did the two that meet each other, East and West, and Don't Move. They did an entire 24 hours of Dr. Seuss, and half of those have nothing to do with Christmas. But it was that, and I watched it with my mom. Rudolph, for all its claymation.
Frosty the Snowman, all of that claymation stuff,
that's the type of stuff that I want to watch. And I guess as life has gotten older, as life has gone on, and as I've gotten older, and as life has gotten tougher, and life has gotten ruder and crueler and all this stuff, I won't watch, again, a lot of like the Black movies because of that type of stuff that goes on, because that is, I know people who have been in relationships that have been cheated on, who have cheated on other people. I don't want to see that in Christmas movies. I don't. I want the preservation. I want the preservation of the innocence of the season. I want the preservation of the conservative values. I want the preservation of family, even if you get the Four Christmas versions of family. Because that I guess is, to me, as quote unquote jacked up or non-conservative as I'm willing to go. It's not a matter of cheating. It's a matter of my parents are divorced, his parents are divorced, and we going to these Christmases. I can do that. I can do a comedy where two grown men are chasing each other around the city off of one toy because it's so extreme. I can do that. I guess for me, the holidays are a time where I do want that Hallmark cheese. I want the Hallmark cheese. I want the cheese and the crackers and the holiday wine. I want all the cheese.
And that's cool. I still like drama. Like I like what is it? Bad Mom's Christmas. The drama behind that when she like really like kirked off and because her mother was like overboard for Christmas. She was like, look, bump it, you know. I still like the drama in that. I like the I can appreciate the drama with knowing it's going to what is it? Stepdads, the second one, where they all vacation together.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Girl, it's hilarious. And that's probably one of the only Will Ferrell's or one of the few that I will watch over again because one, it's work talked about being blended, the family and the stepdad, and like it's a whole thing, and they built the relationship. Then their dads came. It was the whole thing. So I can appreciate it. You know, I feel like there are adult Christmas movies and there are children's Christmas movies, and depending on who you are or what you prefer, you can enjoy. You may love just to keep your childhood. Or you can be like, you know what? I like the adult, you know, romanticized or, you know, over, you know, the dramatic side of it. Or you can like both. And I'm one that likes both. Like the last Christmas movie that came out that I really, really, really enjoyed and was Jingle Jangle.
I haven't seen that still.
It's a music. Watch it.
I mean, my best friend told me to watch it last year and I got busy. So that didn't happen.
I understand. But for me, it reminded me of, like you said, like a childhood, like that whole family instant. But what it did, I think the biggest reason I enjoyed that, because I am the family person that I am, is now, you know how, especially in this world today, children don't have the traditional memories, you know, the traditional things, unless it's specifically like ingrained in them and throughout their life. But a vast majority of the children don't have the traditions of that we had growing up. So because, you know, it's a new modern world, you know, times have changed. So I feel like Jingle Jangle it was one of those movies where, like I said, where we sat down and we watched this, you know, the Christmas movie and this is that and the other, a Christmas story. Jingle Jangle was that for my children. Because when it came out, we all sat down, we watched it. In fact, Jayla mentioned something the other day about watching it again. So, you know, just creating those same memories and realistically, what is it? Nostalgia? That's going to continue, you know, to go on. And I know it can be a little like offsetting if you really think about it on like a woke, you know, standpoint. But sometimes it's okay to stay asleep.
Listen. It's okay. First of all, people have perverted what the term woke even really means at this point. But that's a whole nother wine for another time. And I guess my thing is, my final point is just, I think that the holiday season is whatever has come to mean for you. You know, if your family maybe your family watched Predator every Christmas and that's your Christmas movie. Maybe your family watched Aliens or they watched all the Michael Myers. Whatever that happens to be for you. I will say, I sat at work one day and I watched Krampus. Krampus is one of my favorite Christmas movies. I don't even like horror movies. But when I looked up, because when the trailer came out, I went and looked up first of all, I like mythology. So I went and looked up the mythology behind Krampus and I was like, I get that. I'm with that. Yeah. That makes sense to me. Okay. And then when I watched the movie, I was like, yo, I love this, especially the ending. I was like, oh, that's creepy.
So I didn't do any research on Krampus until afterwards. And it was because of the ending. when I saw the ending, I was like, wait a minute. What? Hold on. Oh my
Basically,
God.
people, if you don't like Christmas, you better just like it, okay? Like it, or you're gonna end up in a snow globe. Like it.
But at the same time, it was one of those things where, for me, on a spiritual sense, it hit a different way. Because it was like, you kind of get trapped in yourself to the point where, you can literally, okay, well, God can literally go, I'm going to set you over here and let you go through. Like, it was a lot. So then when I read, I can't even put it into words. And I wish I could articulate everything that I'm saying, that I'm feeling and I'm thinking right now, but I literally can't. Because that, like I said, it did something to, very few movies do something to my core. That one, although it was a Christmas movie and it's supposed to be a horror and, based on the mythology and all of that stuff, a lot of that stuff has a spiritual root to it. And the one thing I can appreciate about my parents is that's something that they taught my sister and brothers and I, in reference to certain things. And so when things like that happen, and it's like, whoa. So I was like, well, what is I knew it was something else, another story to this. So it's just reading it and the whole thing about Santa Claus and like the dark side to it. And I was like, okay.
There are dark sides to everything, man.
Right. But to that point, it made me appreciate the movie even more, which makes it one of the ones I can go, if I'm having like a bad day on, like this season, Krampus is like, I'm having a bad day, but I want to watch a movie. I can watch that, and I'm going to be honest with you, by the end of it, get my shit together. Like, be grateful. It's, get out yourself, and it'll bring me, it's kind of like that reality slap.
I love Krampus. I love Krampus.
I love it for that too. And I was like, that joint was deep.
It was a good movie. It was a very good movie. It was very well done. I love Krampus. It's great.
Yeah. It was deep for me. And yeah, but Christmas is it's like snow. It's pure and fluffy. Well, not our snow, because our snow hard. Okay. Our snow is hard. It's cute when it's coming down, but it's hard after that. Period.
I'm from the tundra, guys. My take on snow gonna be a little different. My take on snow gonna be a little different. I'm just gonna say that right there. And cheers to that. Oh, my thing did that. Oh. I feel like, it's not a Christmas movie, but like Meet the Browns, the play when he. That's all I need to give me that triangle, guys. Y'all hear that glass? That thing is real.
So
I'm done.
I got the fake glass today. I didn't know I had any more because the kids broke the other two.
Oh.
So I didn't think I had any more. So when I hit it, I was like, oh, dang, just the last one. I have been having glass issues these last few episodes. This clearly must be a good drink.
I was about to ask you, how is your cocktail, your wine tail?
It's great.
You look like me when I did my horoscope rosé, when I was like, y'all.
The wine tails, for those who don't know, wine cocktails are clearly the business.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you why that yours is probably like that, because you had that brut champagne. And it's sparkling.
Probably.
Sparkling does that. Because remember, mine had at the base, it was a Prosecco, which was sparkling.
Yes.
Sparkling wines get in your system quick.
Yes.
It's like, people put soda in drinks, guys, to get it in your system faster. Look. A sparkling wine will do that. It's like a soda on 1,000.
On 1,000. And that's why when, like, for my birthdays and stuff, you know, because my birthdays are a thing. If y'all don't know, they are a thing. It's my holiday. When they go, oh, what kind of champagne you want? I go, nope. I don't want no champagne. Don't bring me no champagne. Don't nobody want no champagne room. Okay? No. And that's because me and champagne, we're not friends. Champagne don't love me. Champagne don't love me. And that's what I put in here. This brute is a champagne mixed with Riesling, with my relaxed Riesling, which is my go-to, you know, chill wine. But the combination of the two is lovely. And realistically, I'll be honest with you, I think the splash of grapefruit juice smooths it out. And I know that's very, very hard for grapefruit juice because the tartness of actual grapefruit to smooth something out, but that along with the crayon apple.
But that's probably why, because of the crayon apple. Not the crayon, because the crayon is tart too, but the
rough,
apple.
Right. But that's what I'm saying, the apple. But, you know, that crayon apple is not, and like I said, I only did 2 ounces of that. So it's not like it's heavy in it either. But I can definitely appreciate this. And this combination here may be my Saturday night. Mommy's happy juice.
So I was gonna ask you what the name of this drink is gonna be.
Mommy's happy juice.
Okay, Mommy.
This is gonna become Mommy's happy juice.
Y'all gonna stick with us and we're gonna give y'all recipes because y'all got the horoscope rosé. Y'all now got Mommy's happy juice. We gonna give y'all cocktails, wine tails with whatever's in our refrigerator sometimes.
Whatever sometimes. And that's all a part of this journey. So while I done rambled on about mine, how is your
Gewürztraminer?
Gewürztraminer. I was trying to put the in my throat.
Okay, so when I first drank this, I was like, ooh, but I think I was just thirsty because when I drank it some more, I was just like, it's not bad. It's definitely a semi-sweet / off dry. And I think it's more on the sweeter side because it's an American version, because, you know, German wines do tend to be drier. So it's like somewhere between an off dry and a semi-sweet, but leaning more toward the semi-sweet side. As I said, it had the nutty cheese smell to me. And I can't remember the name of that cheese, and it's going to bother me.
Swiss Gouda.
No, it's like a Manchego. That's what it is. It's like a Manchego kind of thing.
Yeah,
so it's not bad. And you know what? It would probably be good with a Manchego. People, try it. But I'm gonna have to give this a 3.
Wait. Did I give a rating?
You didn't. Now that I'm here.
4. If I forgot to give a rating, this is doing its job. This is a 4.
I'm gonna have to give this a 3. It's not bad. It's just it's kind of like I've had a bland day and I want a bland drink. Like I don't, you know how sometimes you have
nothing
those days.
Exciting. Yeah,
nothing exciting.
I don't want anything exciting. I just need to get through the rest of this, go to bed, and start over again tomorrow.
Start over in the morning.
That's
morning. Will you be there?
There in the morning?
Yes, know what I'm saying. Okay.
Yo,
so that's how I feel about this conversion.
That's another wine for another day. Will you be there
in the morning?
Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the first delightful holiday rendition of a little something to write about.
Y'all cannot see her, but she is giving Vanna White arms in here, okay? She is giving Vanna White and Dream Girls for. I'm giving Dream Girls that.
You got to do
and she's giving Dream Girl arms.
We are half of the body.
We are half of the body.
Okay. This has been a wonderful episode. We hope you guys have had have laughed with us, reminisced with us, brought up a couple memories during the course of this episode. Subscribe, comment below. Let us know. What's your favorite holiday movie? Do you agree with us? Like, let us know. We love to talk to you about these things. Yes, I am stuttering over myself because this cocktail is kicking in. Just let us know. We want to hear from you. Go on our YouTube page and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at a little something. The number 2, wine about. Again, that's a little something. The number 2, wine about. Don't forget about those wine holidays coming up. And as always,
there's nothing wrong with a little wine.
Ta-da!